Lost Ark is getting two new classes, Lancemaster in April and Destroyer in May, so it's a perfect moment to check main features and to compare these two classes regarding damage output, PvE performance, PvP performance, and to see in generally which class is stronger. Stay with me for the next few minutes to find out everything you need to know about Destroyer and Lancemaster, next new classes incoming to Western servers of Lost Ark. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more Lost Ark videos in the future. Okay, let's start with Destroyer. Destroyer is a male warrior class, armed with a huge hammer, with high HP, defense and shield mechanic in some of his skills. There is no other way to say it, but simply as this. Bad sides of this class are very low mobility and attack speed. That being said, let's talk about gameplay of this class. Destroyer uses plenty of charged attacks to deal extremely high damage. If you use blue skills, you'll be able to fill up the free gravity cores on the lower part of your screen, and then you can use purple skills to discharge the stacked cores, to deal additional damage, up to 45% bonus damage and 30% of your max HP as a shield, and to fill up another meter. After filling that another meter, you can enter a transformation mode that gives immunity from knockback and status effect for 10 seconds while adding bonus damage to auto attacks. You have to admit that sounds really good and actually feels very powerful under the fingers, which is overall feeling while you play this class. Decent damage and high survivability. In the future, you will see more of dedicated videos about Destroyer on my YouTube channel, where I will go into details regarding engravings and skills of this class. But for now, in general, just to let you know that this class is a warrior damage dealer, slow but tanky, which performs better in PvE than in PvP gameplay. Regarding skill changes for Destroyer, which are happening currently during April on Korean PTR servers, so not on Korean live servers but on Korean test server, I can show you here they have actually changed a few skills, not few, more than few actually, right? But changes are mostly focused on increase of attack speed. So for sure we are talking here about buff for Destroyer, which is not a strange thing because this class is not that much popular over there in Korea because it's pretty slow. It's tanky, it's not squishy, but regarding damage in generally and in generally how it feels under the fingers, it feels too slow. So as you can see here in front of you, developers of the game have changed actually lots of skills and they are going into that direction of increasing of attack speed. Regarding Lancemaster, just to briefly let you know, in April in Korea they didn't change a lot regarding Lancemaster, they didn't nerf this class or buff this class that much. They have made some changes regarding critical hit rate. So critical hit rate changes, that's it in general, right? If I see any kind of new changes in the future, of course, I will let you know about that, and also check some dedicated videos on my YouTube channel regarding all of the changes which are happening regarding other classes of Lost Ark over there in Korea. Because sooner or later, whatever they have over there in Korea, we will get also here in the West. So for this video regarding skill changes which are currently happening over there in Korea regarding Destroyer and Lancemaster, this is everything what you need to know. Okay, let's now talk about Lancemaster. First thing which I need to tell you is a new name for this class for Western release, because publisher and developers of the game have decided to change name of this class from Lancemaster into GLAIVIER. They have decided to go with European name for a weapon as a base for this name, because main weapon of this class is exactly that, glaive, which is actually one kind of polyarm. It's a lance actually. Spear is a secondary weapon of this class, and to be honest, even Spearmaster sounds really good as a name for this class. For purpose of this video, I will call this class a Lancemaster, just because it's easier to say it than GLAIVIER. I hope I have pronounced that good. Anyway, Lancemaster is a female fighter, martial artist class. Actually, it's a fourth female fighter class after War Dancer, Scrapper and Soulfist. Lancemaster is a melee damage dealer kind of class, which also have few ranged skills. Like I already mentioned, you can use two weapons, glaive and spear, and each one of these weapons have specific skills for that weapons. Blue skills are for glaive and the red ones for spear. You can change weapons whenever you want during your gameplay, and with that change of a weapon during fight, you will get certain buff depending how much are full your free bars above letter Z on the middle of your screen. So that swap from main weapon to secondary and vice versa, change from secondary weapon to main weapon, will also give you buffs. Buffs which you can get are increase in movement speed, increase in damage to enemies, and critical damage increase, all depending on how many bars you have full in the moment of changing weapons. So that's it, simple as that. Right away, I need to tell you that things regarding meta build for engravings, stats and skills are easy to handle, and I will tell you in details how to do that. But regarding gameplay, this class is not so much beginners friendly as some other classes. But like all other classes of Lost Ark, when you play it for a while, it just becomes so fluid and feels natural under the fingers, so you don't need to worry even if you have never tried to play Lost Ark before. You'll handle it without any problems. Regarding engravings, you should go for abstinence engraving if you are a free-to-play player, or for zenith engraving if you are a hardcore pay-to-win player. Abstinence engraving will allow you to use only your main weapon, glaive, but overall damage is increased for 36%, and zenith engraving will make your character in generally much stronger when you are swapping those weapons from main to secondary and from secondary to main, so with that buff. So you need to decide for yourself. Awakening skills, as for all other classes of Lost Ark, feel really powerful, and my favorite one is a red one, but I will leave something for you to discover for yourself. Lancemaster is decent in PvP and very good in PvE gameplay, and overall one of the best classes of Lost Ark without any doubt. So, overall looking, both new classes, Lancemaster and Destroyer, are performing very good in general, but Lancemaster in PvP will have problems against warrior classes. Regarding PvE and damage output, both classes are very good if played on correct way. None of them is squishy for sure, so survivability is another positive thing about Destroyer and Lancemaster. Destroyer is not that much popular on Korean servers of Lost Ark because it's a slow class, but regarding PvE gameplay, this class will perform on decent way. Another important thing about Destroyer and Lancemaster is a simple fact important to many players. Those two classes are not squishy. I need to repeat that because that is very important, at least for me. Don't forget, it doesn't really matter what you will hear about new classes of Lost Ark until you try to play it yourself, so do that. Try them both after release, at least for a while, and then decide how does it feel for you under the fingers. Good or bad? Do you want to play it yourself or not? I have already played both of these classes in the past, but I will play them again now after Western release, and probably I will stick with at least one of them, if not with both of them, as my alts, just because of one simple reason: very good survivability. Let me know in the comments below video which one of these classes you like more. Will you try to play Lancemaster or Destroyer, or maybe both? If you are interested into Lost Ark, check my YouTube channel for lots of gameplay videos, guides for new players, and news from World of Lost Ark. And of course, when I see some new information regarding new classes, even over there in Korea, I will let you know about that instantly here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more Lost Ark videos in the future. See you soon.